Here knowing that God had a plan to reverse the curse, that God is going to fix every problem. You name the problem, fixed. And that plan rested on the work of one person who lived a couple thousand years ago and what he did. I mean, how important would that person be to us? How would knowing that impact the way we think, what we do, how we feel? It would be revolutionary, of course. It would be amazing. It is revolutionary to say that God is solving all the problems of the world through the work of one person, and that we know who that person is. That person is Jesus. Adam. In the best of circumstances, Adam fell. In the worst imaginable circumstances, Jesus did not. This is our Savior. This is our Messiah. And this is the proof of it. Adam, innocent, perfect, rich, lacking nothing, fell under the first assault. Jesus did not. Poor, alone, weary, hungry, and he is triumphant. And appreciating that is absolutely critical to the issue of salvation. That is why it's here. It's not just an interesting story. It's the heart and soul of everything, because Jesus can't save us from sin and death and hell if he himself cannot conquer temptation and the devil in the wilderness. And we are rejoicing as we look at this text because he did. He did. Where the first man failed, the second man succeeds. In the God-blessed garden, Adam fell. In the God-cursed wilderness, Jesus didn't go into the temple and just kill an animal. Jesus went to the cross and took upon himself the actual judgment of God. He was made a curse in order to remove the curse. And his resurrection proved that God had done it. God had accepted his sacrifice. And so now we see Jesus here. He's lifting his hand. And he's blessing the people. Blessing the apostles like Aaron blessed Israel. And that blessing is one reason why we see them so Gethsemane and stand there and say, justice. Do you see that man grieving there, groaning, crying, praying, suffering, crushed, broken, and bruised? Do you know why? It's for me. And if that were somehow not enough, you can take justice and say, come, come. Look at him as he stands before Pilate, on trial, accused, charged with treason and with blasphemy, taken by the soldiers, spat upon, tortured. Do you see that man, Justice? Do you see that man? Do you know who he is? He's the creator of the universe, and yet he's enduring all of this. Do you know why? It is for me. It is for me. Oh, Justice, do you still need more? Look at him as he's taken to the cross. He's stripped. He's whipped. Is this not enough? No, Justice? What will satisfy you? Nothing, Justice says, but death. Then come and watch as he's hurled on his back and he's nailed to a cross. If Justice accuses and says, you've sinned, you've failed too many times to be forgiven, who are you? Who are you? You can say to Justice, can you see his broken body hanging there? Stand here with me, Justice, and watch him as he endures the wrath of God and cries out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Do you know why, Justice? It is for me. It is for me. The cross shows us the absolute, unswerving justice of God. And the justice of God means he's going to punish sin, but he is not going to punish that sin twice. But it's so good. I gotta get excited. It says, although my conscience accuses me that I've grievously sinned against all God's commandments, I've never kept any of them, and am still inclined to all evil. Yet God, without any merit of my own, out of mere grace, imputes to me the perfect satisfaction, righteousness, and holiness of Christ, credits that to my account. He grants these to me as if I never had committed any sin, and as if I myself had accomplished all the obedience which Christ has rendered for me, if only I accept this gift with a believing heart. Come on, the gospel's good, huh? It's so good. This is our message. Look at that. Read that. Delight in that. Enjoy that. That is life. I once heard someone say, and this is an old Puritan, believe it or not, but he said, the greatest sorrow and burden you can lay on the Father, the greatest unkindness you can do to him, is not to believe that he loves you. Do you believe in God's personal, loyal love for you? Are you delighting in God's unconditional love? If not, if you don't believe your Father loves you and you really are a Christian, it's not only that you're doing an unkindness to God. It's also that you're doing an unkindness to yourself. Because man does not live by bread alone. That's a reality.